Welcome back to Blockchain Pill. My name is Alex and welcome back to another video. In yesterday's video, I talked about the number one reason why people in crypto lose their money. And the statistics are crazy. 90 to 95% of people lose money in crypto, which is wild when you think about it because, we see all of those crazy returns in crypto which outshine any other markets out there. And somehow people are still losing money. And the number one reason I mentioned was that people chase narratives and usually get to play the narratives when it's too late. And this morning I was browsing X and I saw this tweet from one of the more well-known crypto influencers, Wale Moka. And he says something very similar to what I said, which gave me even more conviction that what I know and what I talk about is actually true. To get a really big win, you have to be on the next big thing before it's obvious that it's the next big thing. It sounds easier than it is, and it does, because most small things never become the next big thing. So in most cases, you lose a lot of time and sometimes capital that could have been spent better elsewhere. But if you want such a win, you have to let people come to you instead of chasing things that other people got in early on. And the best example is the recent BNB meme season, or the Solana season, or the pump fund season, or the base season. Sure, those are things that, happen and people make a ton of money by riding those waves. But unless you've been positioned into a narrative, for a while, the chance that you actually get to catch those moves to the upside are very slim. And usually when you position into a narrative that you realize is going to be the next big thing, you need to sit with your tokens for months, sometimes years. And that's the hard part. You start to question yourself, is it really gonna be the next big thing? Are people actually gonna care about this? Because this is an ICP channel, let's do an exercise of imagination. Can we imagine a world in which cybercrime gets out of control and the only way to actually secure everything that you do online is going to be by using, blockchain, which has been proven to be tamper-proof? And if the answer to that is yes, then maybe there's going to be a future where on-chain is going to be the new online, which sounds very similar to the slogan that a lot of crypto companies are using. So if we can agree that on-chain is going to be the future of online, and I think that we can all agree to that, then you need to figure out what are the best companies that are actually pushing towards getting stuff on-chain and positioning yourself into them. Now, as I mentioned, the problem with being early to a narrative is that you don't know when it's going to play out. And because on-chain is not going to be just a narrative where you move people from left to right just with hype and, it's not like a meme narrative. It's something that actually needs to be built. Like this is innovation that needs to happen. It's going to take both time and manpower and immense resources. You cannot really time when this happens. But if we know for sure that it's going to happen, then you can position yourself into one of the top builders doing this. And in this case, everybody watching this video knows that is going to be Liquidity, the foundation building the Internet Computer Protocol. When it's going to play out, it's going to be super obvious and people are going to think back at, well, man, listen, Coinbase was saying on-chain is the new online. And all of those companies were saying on-chain is the future. Now it makes a lot of sense. But what happens with ICP? ICP is now trading at $50, $100. Man, how lucky the people are for buying ICP when it was $4 or $5 or whatever. I think that a lot of us who have been in ICP for the past 2, 3, 4 years, we're going to look at those posts and we're going to be like, this has nothing to do with luck. This was a difficult journey. Positioning yourself early into a narrative means that you're going to get, massive ups and downs. Like we saw ICP go up like 7 times from the bear market low up to $20. And then slowly over the past years, it traded down and down and down and down. And we're now sitting at an 80% discount from the price where people were extremely bullish on ICP. In the end, when ICP is going to trade over $50, over $100, thousands of dollars, people are going to call us lucky. And we're going to be like, motherfuckers, this has nothing to do with luck. You don't know what I've been through. This is the price that you have to pay for being early to something that is one day going to be massive. And it's not easy. It's just, conviction and every day showing up and being there and strengthening the thesis and trying to educate others about this thesis. Also, now let's go back to yesterday's video because I said, don't follow narratives once they played out because you're going to be left holding the bag. And honestly, I didn't expect that whatever I say would turn into reality so quickly. And now we're starting to see people realize that, listen, man, maybe this was not it. RIP BNB memes, October 2025 to October 2025. And this would never happen on Solana. Listen, I think this is like a troll post. We're seeing some retracement into the memes. Some of them, like this is down, this is down 75%. The next one is down, maybe I would say like 60%. This one is down 70-80%. This one is down close to 90%, which is crazy. And it's just incredible. Like I can imagine how many people bought the tops and sold the altcoins that they have held over the past 2, 3, 4, 5 years just to buy the tops on this and get wrecked. Because wrecked is, what people have got. And we see another post here. Every single person on timeline is tweeting in Chinese. This was a massive signal. You saw American or European crypto influencers learning fucking Chinese to be able to trade those tokens. That was just incredible. And I feel that all of those, manufactured narratives, they're lasting less and less time. It's just absolutely crazy. Like we had a BNB meme season. It lasted for a week. And sure, people made money, some people, but most people obviously lost money. Every single soul, trencher, and KOL bridging to BSC, surely this means we go much higher. So the signs were there, and now we can see the results. Over the past 24 hours, we're seeing between -80% to -90% on some tokens, and this is just criminal. I don't know how this is legal, by the way. I don't know how people can get away with literally stealing people's money. And this token, SAFU, is now down, retraced the entire move. And I'm not saying that, it's over. I'm not saying that that cannot continue. And maybe this is just a healthy correction. But honestly, imagine having held your tokens for 3-4 years just to finally say, you know what, I'm tired of losing every single wave and never making money in crypto, just to jump in at the worst possible time and then losing all your fucking money. This is worse than many things. When I made the video, that was the absolute exact top. Imagine having done that and losing all your money, especially now we're super close to the altcoin season. Like if any altcoin season is gonna happen, it's gonna be in the next months. Like I believe the next 6 months are gonna be incredible for crypto and for all of our altcoins that we held for so long. And imagine fumbling your bag that you held for 3-4 years just to do a quick 2x, 3x and to buy 2-3 times the amount of tokens that you sold. This is sad, and I'm saddened right now. Let's get back to, more happy matters, because we have a few news for ICP, which actually gets me excited every time. And we have this from Pierre, the Chief Business Officer at Liquidity. And ICP is part of the Altcoin Liquidity Boost program of Binance, designed to enhance liquidity and trading efficiency. And this is a basket of cryptocurrencies that are going to be in this thing. So ICP is together here with, Hyper, and the other ones, which I actually don't know the tickers of, so Hyperliquid and a few others. And we're here. Listen, more liquidity is always better. ICP has good volume. It has like 50 to 100 mil volume per day, which is, not the best, not the worst, but with initiatives like this, I think this will strengthen the ICP price, and it's gonna allow people to trade in and out of ICP, which is always great. This is one of the more exciting tweets that we have. This is about Caffeine AI. Dom replied to somebody asking about when Caffeine, and he said that the next big date we have is the 15th of October, which is in 6 days from here. So we may have Caffeine general access in less than 1 week, which is super exciting. There are 2 more things that I want us to have a look at. One of them, an additional 258,000 ICP has been staked for 6 to 12 months inside the NNS. Whale Games continue, says Fabio. Shout out to him, one of the best and most consistent ICP content creators. I recommend you go follow him, especially if you're into the numbers and the stats. That is what he does. And finally, we have this. ICP is the most active crypto based on GitHub data for the past 12 months. And we can see ICP here, the winner with over 100 contributors and 4,771 commits, outshining other protocols like Mina Protocol, Chainlink, Bitcoin, Multiverse 6, and a lot of the others. Even Ethereum, like you would expect Ethereum to be one of the leading ones. So this is incredible, great news. And once again, do not get shaken out of your ICP position. If you believe that the future is gonna have anything to do with on-chain and fully on-chain, and one day we're gonna have the internet on blockchain infrastructure, then ICP is one of the best bets that you can make. It's only a matter of when, not if. And if you believe the same, you're not gonna be shaken out. And once again, do not fall for manufactured narratives. And if you want to profit from a narrative, you need to be early to the said narrative. And there are other narratives besides on-chain that you can chase, but you need to find them well in advance and not jump on it when the entire timeline is that thing and you see people making money. That's usually when you want to exit, not when you want to enter. So with that, we're done with another update video for ICP. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.